All right, Ms. Michael, as I understand it, Ms. Little is your uncle's girlfriend, is that right?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor, something like that.
Okay, and your concern is that she has posted photos of your daughter online in a way that's inappropriate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Wicks-Arshak, if you want to go forward with questions for your client?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Little was served on January 3rd. I have not received any response from her.
I have no proof of service.
Well, you're here.
No, none of my proof of service and multiple other pieces throughout my documents are not filled out properly, and I didn't have a court date on it, and I had to go online to find it out after the weekend.
Okay, are you ready to proceed, or what are you saying?
I'm asking for an extension due to needing to get the rest of my police reports from cases with Michaela, and then also I got a new phone, so I'm asking for what is called a subpoena for my records of my phone calls, because this is a new phone and this has been going on since I was in like the 6th grade.
Okay, well, let's see. I show a proof of service. It says on the 3rd of January, so
As you can see,
10
mine
days,
is filled
10
out.
days ago at 9:56 in the morning, you were handed documents.
My proof of service isn't filled out, Your Honor.
Okay, so I have a sworn statement saying you were served on the 3rd of January.
I was served on the 3rd, but there was no
Okay.
proof of service and no court date. I had to go online and call in multiple days in a row to get it, which is why I'm ill prepared and asking for an extension. That way I can finish getting my police reports and also the records of the phone calls and the text messages sent to me.
So what you're telling me is you did not have a copy of Ms. Michael's petition? What were you served on the 3rd of January?
I was served a file of screenshots, exhibits 1 through 7, along with a attachment of firearms and a non-parenting child protection, and then a totally blank proof of service paper.
Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't need to be filled out. So
Okay.
were you handed the petition for protection order? As part of that package?
I think so, sir, but as you can see on my paper, my proof of service, there's no court date on it, and I was served on the weekend, so I had to get a hold of some family members that knew how to find it online.
Your Honor, I believe that proof of service was part of the service packet provided by the clerk.
Right, yeah.
The affidavit. Yeah.
Okay, so in there, you also had a notice of hearing,
Mhm.
and you're telling me you did not have that in there?
I have a paper that
Piece of paper called notice of hearing.
I have a paper that says Thurston County District Court, which is how I did find out to go ask questions through here. And when I called,
yeah, not that. There should have been a document called notice of hearing.
yeah, I have no notice of hearing, which I called that paper, which is how they let me know online when my court date was. Because I don't have that file. I had to call online.
So you're telling me you did not have the notice of hearing?
Yeah, I'm telling you that I had to go through the Thurston.
No, not that document.
I know. That's how I had to get the court date, though, because there was no.
Okay.
I can show you all my papers.
I'm going to ask you to do that in a moment. Okay, the sworn statement from the process server said the process server did serve you the notice of hearing. So show me, please, the documents you received.
Okay, hold up. Let me figure out how to flip my camera. So here's the
No,
first.
not that one. No, keep going. That's your petition.
Right.
You don't need to go through every page of the petition.
Every page.
And I said you do not need to go through every page of the petition. Just keep.
I'm just running you through each and every one that I have.
Yeah. Okay, keep going.
Variable don't.
Keep going.
Exhibit.
Okay.
Exhibit. Attachment with petition. And then her statement.
Okay. All right. It looks like I don't see in there a notice of hearing.
No, I did see that. I did see that page in there, but.
Yeah, this is how it was served to me, though, with the lady with the blonde hair. Looked like they were in a police car, it looks like.
Well, I didn't see that. So, okay, this is kind of silly. Go back through every page of paper that you got.
Okay.
Is there anything on those exhibit pages on the backside?
Screenshots?
Yeah, okay. All right, thank you. Keep going.
Right there, Your Honor.
I don't,
It's not filled out, sir.
okay, yeah, hold on just a second. Let me see that piece of paper again.
This one?
Yeah, no, that's not the notice of
That's
hearing.
not it.
So then there's the petition for order, Thurston County District Court.
Okay, I do not see the notice of hearing in there.
Yes, and I have gone to court before, and I thought that was
Okay,
like.
all right. All right, based on the fact that it does appear that there was not a notice of hearing in the packet that was served, even though the service provider indicates that that was served, I didn't see it in the documents.
Question.
And
Your
you're
Honor.
coming back to court on the 27th of January. Be ready to proceed on that date. Okay, thank you all. We'll see you then.
Thank
Question,
you.
Your Honor. Your Honor, may I ask a question before I leave?
That question.
Would it be possible for me to get a subpoena for my phone records due to getting a new phone right before this case magically happened?
You could talk to an attorney about that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, bye-bye. The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I swear.
You may be seated. All right, the allegation by Ms. Michael is that Ms. Little, who she says is her father's stepbrother's girlfriend or was, has been posting about Ms. Michael's one-year-old daughter. And I saw something in there about had threatened to choke her. I think Ms. Michael, not the daughter. Mr. Wick, Sarshak, if you want to take over with any questions you have for your client.
Thank you, Your Honor. First, I would like just to explain the case a little bit further and most likely rely on the pleadings. Ms. Little, who's present in court, has repeatedly made threats and potentially has acted on those threats to post photos of Ms. Michael's baby to Twitter, saying things such as, "The Twitter men, thank you for your child's sacrifice," threatening to post things so that pedophiles on Twitter can enjoy the photos. She also texted things such as, "Posting your child for the weirdos. Don't be weird next time." Ms. Michael repeatedly told Ms. Little to stop, saying she would be going to the police, telling her no, and saying that she would see her in court, asking her to stop, blocking all of her social media accounts until most recently, Ms. Michael created new accounts and continued to contact her as recently as December 14th, just 3 days before Ms. Michael filed this petition. Ms. Michael has provided the court
What was the nature of that contact on the 14th?
That was a social media contact on, I'm not sure on what account, a new Snapchat account. Miss Michael did not open that message because she doesn't have her friended. She could just see it was a name, an account with her name. And that account was immediately blocked, and Miss Michael did not engage with that. There was contact on the 25th of November. And the heart of it is that Miss Michael has asked her to stop this. Miss Little has continued to engage, making very serious threats to post photos of a very young child to Twitter for the purpose of pedophiles enjoying them. And that really fits squarely within the definition of unlawful harassment. Clearly, that is a course of conduct. She did it multiple times over multiple days and seriously harasses and is alarming to a mother and serves no legitimate or lawful purpose. I don't think anybody would be okay with somebody posting photos of a one-year-old baby to Twitter. And so that has caused Miss Michael serious emotional distress to the extent that she thought she needed to go to court to get the conduct to stop, because saying no didn't work, saying she would call the police didn't work, saying she was going to go to court did not stop the conduct. She's come here, and since then, since filing this case, there hasn't been any conduct. So the purpose of the protection order statute has been working, and Ms. Michael respectfully requests to enter a protection order so this conduct stops and they have no further contact.
All right, thank you. Ms. Michael, you're the one under oath. Is there anything inaccurate in what Mr. Wicks-Arshak said, or are those all facts as you know them?
As I know, that's all true.
Thank you. Ms. Little, go ahead.
So I tried to do everything online, but I have like over 66 screenshots and multiple screen recordings of FaceTime calls. I couldn't figure out. I tried to send it a week ago and found out it
Okay,
wasn't valid.
just explain to me.
So I have an attorney. He told me I should probably come in today without him to get this done. I have all the proof and evidence here. The fact that she messaged me after the December 27th when she originally filed for her stuff, and then also the fact that she's the one who no caller ID'd me and called me throughout the night, and all I did was finally respond to her. And I did try to press charges on her when she showed up at my house while I was home alone to fight me, and it was not consensual. And we are
Okay,
in
so
the process of
explain to me what the posting of her daughter's photos is about.
Okay, I give you full right to go through my phone and my screenshots that I have here in my phone. You can see on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook, I have not posted anything of her and her child. And then here are all the screenshots starting of the conversations of when she first contacts me that night because she wanted me to see her at a strip club with Marcus Morales, which is when she no caller ID'd me. Would you like the screenshots of the calls?
Just explain your side of the story.
Okay. My side of the story is I originally got a no contact order on Marcus Morales, who's not related to her, has been my boyfriend since the 5th grade. We're 19 now. It got super messy and abusive, and then I made it to where he could write letters to me in the no contact order because I was all sentimental, and he lied and said that we were gonna go to therapy and this and that, and I got it all set up, and then he chose not to, and then I got videos of him at a strip club and other stuff, and so my mom told me that I should just drop it and leave them both alone. And the whole situation that happened is because after going to the strip club around 4 a.m., she continued to keep harassing me and calling me, as I have proof, and proceeding to keep talking shit. So I started to
Let's watch your language.
proceeded to keep talking very irrationally to me about situations that didn't involve me. So I started screen recording this FaceTime, and it goes from her talking to me about stuff to her bringing her child into the conversation, talking about how you're just mad that Marcus Morales loves my kid more than you, and telling her about how this is really inappropriate, this is child abuse, like you're waking your kid up at 4 a.m. just to talk to me like this and everything else. You can see me screenshotting in the like screen recording. I'm telling her like I am screenshotting right now, like this is proof and evidence. Like I will be sending this to your baby daddy, and because this is really inappropriate, I do not think that you should be bringing children into this. And I've told her multiple times that if she keeps having her friends contact me and if she keeps contacting me, as much as I really do not want to make Marcus upset and continue the Marcus drama, that I will just come out with all of my information. When I say post it, I mean post the years and years of screenshots that I have of absolutely everything. She has showed up to my house and she's egged my house. She has threatened to kill my grandma. I have screenshots. Before I ever brought up her child, she threatened to kill my grandma. She has showed up to fight me. And the only reason why I had to choke her is because she came back again for round 2. Even it's a huge situation. I really would like to wait for my attorney. And I have over 66 screenshots here. And I'm hoping to get help out there to get the screen recording sent to you via email.
Okay, so you didn't ask me to wait for your attorney. Is your attorney coming today?
Oh, no, I'm just in the process of getting it set up. He is busy today, but I'm hoping by then he wants me to get the video sent in to you guys so that way we can keep proceeding. So that way I have proof that.
Have you hired him? Is he going to represent you in court?
No, I'm in the process of hiring him. I just met with him with my dad. This has been like a big thing. I tried to do it all online by myself and none of it went through accurately, and I didn't do any of it correctly, so I want to go back to doing it on paper. I even printed everything out with color.
Who's your attorney?
Like I told you, I can ask my dad. I forgot my phone in the car. I went to 2 different wrong courthouses. I went to the
Okay, so you don't know who your attorney
I
is?
don't. I wish I had my phone. I left it in the car when I originally went to the whole courthouse on the other side, on the family court or whatever. And I had to take the bus over here because I forgot my phone and I couldn't Uber here. I'm sorry.
Okay, because I don't have any any notice of appearance from an attorney on your behalf.
That's what I was supposed to come and do this morning with my phone. I was supposed to come and turn all of these
No, the
in.
attorney is supposed to do something. If the attorney is going to represent you, the attorney is supposed to file something.
I only just got to talk to an attorney 2 days ago with my father. He is from Seattle. He works in assisted living. He works with the machines and stuff. He doesn't have very much time, but he has been helping me with this because I couldn't.
All right, so he's helping you with it, but you're not expecting him to appear to represent you in court. You have to hire him to do that.
Oh, no, I'm talking about my father is the one getting me in contact with this attorney.
Okay, so to this point, you don't have an attorney.
I do not, but if you would give me one more extension, I do have an attorney I'm in contact with that I'm ready to hire, and I am here with all my screenshots to turn them in and figure out how to send my screen recording of all of the calls that she sent me via email, because I do not know how to do that on my own. I tried to go through the papers that were given to me. And
okay, so the purpose of this is you want me to issue an order against Ms. Michael not to have contact with you? Is that what you're talking to me about?
I would even be perfectly fine with the fact if we could do a, what is it called, when we're both equally liable of harassment at this point, to where I am a 100-pound girl who does need to be able to have a pocket knife or something on her, because I do have to take the bus sometimes, because I can prove with evidence that it's been equal harassment, that she's tried to fight me over the years, and now that I have finally said something back to her, she takes me to court. And I'm fully willing to be held liable for the stuff I said. I'm just really hoping that she can be held liable for everything that she's done as well.
Okay, so what you're asking is you want your own protection order against Ms. Michael.
Or even for it to just be equal, for both of us just to choose to stay separate and for it to be a agreed upon separation order. I don't care as long as both of us are held accountable.
And Ms. Michael, when was the last time that Ms. Little posted anything in a public space about your child?
Your Honor, she's been blocked for a long time now, so I wouldn't have any. The last time that she said she was going to post anything about my child was either the 25th or the 27th, the last time that she had contact with my...
Of what month?
November, Your Honor.
Okay, well, let's have Ms. Michael. I need to take the testimony. Okay. And Ms. Michael, Ms. Gold said that you reached out to her after the order was filed. Is that accurate?
That's not true.
And Mr. Wicks, Arshak, do you have any questions for Ms. Little?
Your Honor, I don't think that would be necessary at this time. I think she accepted that she should be liable for the conduct she has done. And I think her testimony and the pleadings support a finding for a protection order. Ms. Michael has proven by a preponderance of the evidence that Ms. Little has engaged in unlawful harassment with a extensive pattern of conduct, threatening to post photos of her children to Twitter of her child. And Ms. Michael simply wants this conduct to stop.
Okay. So Ms. Little, you have a whole bunch of material, which I can't look at because...
Sadly, I haven't been able to. I tried to do it.
No, I know. You've explained that to me. Okay, so here's my question. It doesn't sound like you are denying the allegation, which is there was this, you were mad and... Okay, hold on. Don't interrupt me. Just let me ask the question. Then you just answer the question. Don't get into everything else. My question is, what is being alleged by Ms. Michael is that in spite of two of you going back and forth and having your prior fights and all that, is that you did make these comments about, well, if you keep this up, I'm going to post photos of your daughter and, you know, see how the pedophiles react to that, so on and so forth. Did that happen?
I do deny that. I never used the word pedophile, and
What did you say?
I do have all of that.
Just tell me, what did you say?
Like, yes, okay, sorry, I have anxiety. Like I said, take me to court. I have years and years of screenshots and evidence on the market, not leaving me alone, being abusive.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what did you say when you were saying you were going to post photos of her daughter?
Being crazy, I understand. So hold up, it's in this one. Okay, I said posting your child on TikTok is no different than me screen recording. She said, I'm going to the police. I said, you chose to wake up your child after calling me that night to go out and sort of problem. She said, are you kidding, Kara? I said, knowing that your daughter had went through this, you would probably stand up and do the same. So if I could put all the screenshots together, I'm talking about the fact that please leave me out of the situation.
No, I know that's not what I'm asking. Tell me, she said that you had messaged her that you were going to post photos of her daughter online. Are you denying that you ever said anything like that?
I am not denying that I didn't say I was going to post them online, but I said I was going to post the videos of her calling me, harassing me online. I never mentioned predators. I just said if she kept harassing me, that I was going to post it on Twitter and Facebook because I know her family. The screenshots and the screen recordings of her calling and harassing me and waking up her child in the middle of the night.
That doesn't tell me anything about photos of a child.
The photos of the child is a screen recording that I took when she FaceTimed me. She FaceTimed me. It's a screen recording I took. I didn't go on her Instagram page and steal any photos. She harassed me, no caller ID'd me throughout the night. I finally answered because I couldn't keep denying it the whole night. I had to turn off my phone, accidentally answered. This is when this happened. I didn't go out of my way to find photos of a child. It was a screen recording. This was me trying to protect myself because she had been harassing me.
Ms. Michael, is that how it went?
She did say that she was going to be posting photos of my child on Twitter for pedophiles to masturbate to. That's what she said. I have that the screenshots in my declaration. But yeah.
Yep. Your Honor, that would be Exhibit 3 and 4 of her declaration with the screenshots. And I can read those if you'd like.
I'll take a look at them. Thank you. Okay, so from you, Ms. Little. So yes, I will be posting your child for the weirdos. Don't be weird next time. So, okay, now don't explain. That's you, right? You said that? Okay. Okay.
Ask one question.
Go ahead.
So due to the fact that she only put in like 6 screenshots out of the 66 and her like antagonizing me and asking me what I was doing.
I'm not talking about whether you deserve an order. Right now I'm just talking about you did that.
I did say that. I did.
Okay, thank you. And you also said the Twitterman, thank you for your child sacrifice.
Bring up predators or masturbation.
Okay, you did say the Twitterman, thank you for your child
predators and masturbation.
Okay, that's not my question to you. Correct? You said that. Okay, thank you. Jeez. All right, Mr. Wicks, Arshak, Ms. Little's made an argument for a mutual order based on the back and forth that she says was occurring mutually between your client and her, at least as to the various threats back and forth. I don't see anything where Ms. Michael is alleged to have threatened to post. I'm not sure photos, that would be consistent with the photos of her daughter, but I will, anything you want to say on that request?
Yes, Your Honor. We're here on Ms. Michael's request. I understand Ms. Little has made that request today, but if we look at these text messages, the back and forth is fairly clear that after she makes these obscene threats to post the photos to Twitter, there's a response saying, "I'll see you in court," or "I'm going to call the police." Very short responses followed by a barrage of text messages making these types of threats. Miss Michael has been very clear throughout it to stop, saying no, saying you're going to jail, saying I'm going to call the police, saying I'm reporting you to the police, keep my kid out of your phone and your mouth, saying I'll see you in court. I think any reasonable person would get the picture there to stop engaging, and Miss Little did not stop engaging. And that's why Miss Michael is here today. She has not engaged with her since filing this or through any of this process, and a mutual no contact order is not necessary because Ms. Michael has had no continued engagement with Ms. Little. Ms. Michael simply is asking this court to stop any form of contact between Ms. Little and herself.
Thank you. All right. I am going to enter the order against Ms. Little. She has not retained counsel, so I'm not going to entertain a basis for continuance at this point. And I'm making my decision. It does appear that based on the screenshots of the texts I've seen back, and that there is a back and forth between Ms. Little and Ms. Michael. And those two have been at each other. But the basis of me entering the order today are the comments that Ms. Little made about basically using Ms. Michael's child as a pawn in this process. So that's the basis for me entering the order. I understand that there was going back and forth. I'm not going to hear anymore. I'm not going to hear anymore. Just thank you. So I am going to enter the order. Ms. Michael, the order is in effect for 1 year from today's date. If you wish it renewed, you'll have to come back to court and make that request. Ms. Little, if you wish an order for yourself, you'll have to make a file and reschedule a hearing.
Would be considered an order. Who would I go to prove the fact that she set me up with the own proof and evidence of her kid calling me with it? Is there would it be, or would it
I'm
be
not going
to.
You're going to have to, if you have the advice of counsel, you can talk to your attorney. Well, we'll give you a copy of what I've just signed. You're not to have any contact with Ms. Michael. Go within 1,000 feet of her or her child. And we'll give you a copy of that order. And Mr. Adams, Switchak, that order will be in Ms. Michael's file, District Court.
Where do I get it from?
Just sit tight. We're going to get you a copy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Both activate your audio and video, please.
I'm not really sure how to do that.
Are you on a phone or are you on a laptop?
I'm on a phone.
Okay. And just
Start my video. Okay. It says here, start video. Anyone with
All right.
access to
You're good.
Okay. I'm
Okay,
here.
both of you raise your right hands for me. Thank you. And Ms. Asbury, you and Mr. Laura used to reside in the same building, is that correct?
My residence, correct.
Okay, and you indicated that at some point, well, tell me what happened. I see that you said that Mr. Laura tried to break in, that he's been verbally abusive to you. So describe what the issues are.
Well, per all of the documentation I provided, it was on the evening of, give me just a minute, because there was quite a lengthy chain of text messages that began early in the morning on Saturday, November 16th. So on, I believe it was Friday, November 15th, he came over and was doing some painting for me, not under contract, but did not complete the job, and then proceeded to consume a copious amount of alcohol and marijuana. And then he and my roommate both went to bed, and he stayed up all night, I believe. And I was in the bathroom. I'm not exactly sure what time, but it was after midnight probably, and I was brushing my teeth, and I had two dogs back there with me and music playing, and the curtains were open to my back window, and he went through the back gate. He moved paver stones that had been used to keep my service animals from escaping into the carport, and opened the gate, and then went and peered into my back windows, saw that I was not lying in my bed, and then proceeded to go back in my house and chisel some sort of wood thing, and was attempting to unlock my bedroom door. At which point my roommate came in and said, "What are you doing?" And then my roommate used some sort of a screwdriver or Allen key to open the door and came and said, "Are you okay? Because Desmond told me that you were probably passed out on the floor." And I said, "I'm just brushing my teeth and washing my face and getting ready for bed." And so I said to my roommate, I said, "Thank goodness it's you and not Desmond. I'm very concerned that he is incredibly intoxicated."
Okay, so all these texts came from that same evening?
They were the following day. He contacted me via phone the following morning and woke me up at about 6 something in the morning. And I had a day planned with a 6-year-old friend of mine. And she and I had a big day planned to go to the movies. She'd never been to the movies before. And he woke me up and started harassing me at that time. And I have a series of emails and texts that I received from him with all kinds of strange accusations. The police were contacted, their sequence numbers associated with a variety of things that he may or may not have actually done. But the main purpose today is just to instigate and finalize the restraining order so he does not come back within my residence within a reasonable distance.
Okay, at what point in time did Mr. Laura not reside in your residence? When did he depart relative to this?
I was just looking over my paperwork and I apologize. I thought it was March of 2024, but it was actually May or of 2024, I believe. I had been visiting my children in Victoria, BC, and we all came down with the stomach flu on Mother's Day. And I told Desmond Lara that I was not going to be coming back because I was
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Yeah, just sit tight, see if she gets connection.
Okay.
All right, while we're waiting to see if Ms. Asbury regains connection here, I'm going to call some of the cases where there's just one party present. Ms.
Hello.
Ramirez?
Hi.
Hello, do you have video capability there?
Yeah, 1 second. Oh, okay.
Okay, gotcha. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Swear that testimony in this case to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I swear.
Thank you. And it does look like Mr. Basanko was previously served. Served on the 18th of December, it appears.
Yeah, he was recently arrested on January 7th.
Okay, thank you. And he wants a relationship with you. You don't want a relationship with him. He stalks you, your aunt, your mom. Are all those facts accurate?
Yes. And he was sending nudity photos to my mom and my aunt. And he called my mom and threatened to kill her because she wasn't answering her cell phone. And he had called her about 100 times in a day.
Okay.
And then from the last court date, I don't think he even cares that the no protection order is on because the 6th or the 7th in the morning, I don't know if it was late at night or early in the morning, I went out to my car and there was feces all over my car that he had spread everywhere on my windshield because he had been around my property where I live. I don't know if he was following me to see what car I was driving or what.
Okay.
And there's also an ongoing investigation for at my parents' house in Tacoma because he did about $12,000 damage of their property.
All right. And did the two of you ever date?
No, he kept saying that he wanted to be my friend and stuff, and that he wanted to get to know me more, but I kept saying no because I'm in a relationship, and he just kept saying, "You're gonna regret not wanting to be my friend and to watch my back." And then his mom had said that he had paid $30 or $40 to find out all my information on this app or website, and I guess that's how he found everything out about me.
Okay.
But to me, it just seems like he doesn't even care that there is a protection order because he just keeps doing things.
Okay.
And I've also never met him in real life either, honestly. So just over Snapchat, and that's it.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Ramirez, I have entered the protection order on your behalf, directing Mr. Osanko not to have any contact with you, not to come within 1,000 feet of you, your home, your residence, or your vehicle. This order is in effect for 1 year from today's date. If you want it renewed, you'll have to come back to court and ask for it to be renewed. The order does not need to be served since it is under the exact same terms as the temporary order that had previously been issued in this case.
Okay.
So you're all set. You can get a copy of the order if you wish from your file at district court.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're done for today.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Your Honor, this is Alexandra. I have logged in through my phone. I believe somebody hacked into my Wi-Fi server, so.
Okay. All right. And Ms. Asbury, there was or was not a prior relationship between you and Mr. Laura?
Yes, there was.
Okay. And when did that end?
It ended in May of 2024 and then very briefly resumed in November of 2024. He called me and I made the mistake of talking to him because he shared with me that he had been talking to my sister and that he was having some emotional problems. And I had my hesitations, but he came and then he came to my residence, but I felt safe because I had a service dog here and I had a housekeeper here and I had a roommate here. And so he came and told me that he was on Librium for alcohol abuse, and that he was sober. And he shared that with me prior to coming to my residence, and told me that my sister had been being his therapist ever since our breakup. And so I was hopeful that we, since he had had a relationship, ongoing discussions with my sister, that think that he had changed, but he showed up with a 4-pack of Guinness and admittedly was on Librium and admittedly said that he had purchased some quantity of fentanyl and some other substance because he intended to kill himself. But he'd thrown them away. And I don't know any more than that, but I made a mistake of allowing him back. I've known him since I was 8 years old. There's a 5-year difference between us.
Okay. Who's Nolan Amos?
He is my current tenant, and he has been in contact with Desmond, unfortunately, and has become a very difficult tenant. That's another case.
Okay. All right. So you're seeking a protection order based on what occurred on the 15th and 16th of November, is that right?
Yeah, he kept trying to find me through other means. He was finding me via different avenues, social media. I believe the last communication, and I had been instructed by the police to block him, was on November 18th. And I presented pretty much all of these exhibits when I delivered them to the courthouse on December 13th.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Laura, go ahead.
Yes, okay, yeah, we did become involved again at the end of October. I had called her up and we had got together, and I did, the first day we got back together, I was not on Librium anymore, as she said. I had been off, and I did drink a 4-pack of Guinness, and we got along famously, and we got back together essentially for about 2 weeks. After that, she had a homeless gentleman, Josh, that was coming around, and I saw that he was agitated, and I believed he was on drugs, and I told her that night, and that's kind of what started all of this. And then I did try to tell her that I still cared about her and loved her, but none of these charges that she's laid against me are true. There was no theft, no charges have been filed. She accused me of killing her dog. That happened on December 7th. I talked to the investigator, Karen. I was never a suspect. They've accused me of cutting the brake line, and Nolan has since emailed me and apologized to me for accusing me of cutting his brake lines and all this other stuff and the other accusations. She accused called Adult Protective Services and accused me of yelling at my father and abusing my father, which is completely not true. I've been my father's sole caregiver over the past 5 years. My father has Alzheimer's/dementia. I'm a responsible business owner and have been, and she wouldn't have written me the check if I didn't deserve it. I gave her $120 cash. I bought her a carton of cigarettes and 2 packs of cigarettes that she was paying me back for, and some work. I had previously done a little bit of work for her the week before, painting her bathroom, which she paid me for through QuickBooks, and she wrote me that $700 and did owe that to me. Although the job wasn't finished, there was more work to do. Obviously, we were breaking up at that point. But there was no suicide attempt ever mention any of it. There was no verbal abuse, as she said. And I did a public records search through all the numbers corresponding on the petition. Could not find anything. I called all 3 police departments. No police department has ever contacted me about any of these issues. And so I'm just responding to these allegations. And I'm afraid of Alex at this point and her allegations. Yeah, her sister and I did become platonic friends, and we're helping each other emotionally. She went through a 27-year abusive relationship, and we're kind of there for each other via text. We don't see each other. But it's just all been too much. I don't want to see Alex. I'm afraid of her. I'm afraid for her because of the people she comes having around. Nolan Amos seemed like a pretty nice guy, but I know that he's a felon, and I know that he had a gun in the house. And also the other guy, Josh, Alex said that he was an ex-tweaker, but what it seemed to me is that hadn't stopped, and he was aggressive, and I let Alex know that, and she didn't want to believe me. And there was no stalking her. I had gone to bed that night at 9 o'clock, and she continued to stay up till about midnight. Then when she came to bed, I got up to smoke a cigarette, and at that point, she locked me out of the room where my phone was on the nightstand. That's the only reason I wanted back into the room, was to get my phone. And she actually Nolan knocked on the door. He didn't actually go in there. He knocked on the door, and Alex gave him the phone and gave it to me. And then I stayed in the other room until 7 o'clock in the morning when I woke up, and I left at 7 a.m. And I got back to my place about 8:15 a.m. and just called her to let her know that I was safe. And that's about it. I please, give her the anti-harassment order or no trespassing or whatever, but please understand that none of these allegations of theft or anything are true. And I would just like to be made whole of the $700 check that she did write me. If she wants to deduct, as she said, 15 beers and a couple packs of cigarettes, that's fine. Maybe just send me the $650. But I feel more harassed and more afraid of her than anything because of all these allegations.
All right, thank you. Mr. Laura, you've entirely vacated the residence of Ms. Asbury, is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I have not been back since that morning.
Okay, thank you. All right, I know there was a lot in Ms. Asbury's petition. For the record, the factors I considered were the repeated contacts on the 16th of November and the allegations from the 15th of November about finding or Ms. Asbury in the bathroom when she was preparing for going to sleep. I will enter a full order based on the terms of the temporary order. I've made no finding on allegations of killing a pet or stealing or cutting brake lines. Those are not part of the decision in this case. So, Mr. Laura, this order is in effect for 1 year from today's date under the same conditions that were imposed on the temporary order, which is essentially that you have no contact with Ms. Asbury and not go within 1,000 feet of her or her residence. Ms. Asbury, this order will be in effect for 1 year from today's date. If you want it renewed, you'll have to come back to court and ask for it to be renewed. Mr. Laura, to address your issue on money that you believe you are owed, that's not part of this process. That's a separate hearing. If you want to pursue that, then you'll have to go about taking other action. But
Yes,
that's
Your Honor.
not part of this
That's
process.
fine. I'm just glad it's over.
All right. Thank you both.
Thank you much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. Curtis,
Yeah.
do you have video capability there?
Trying to figure it out. Oh, okay.
There we go. Thank you. Both raise your right hand for me. Swear that testimony in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Ms. Yell?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Your Honor, my boyfriend, Gustavo Pulayo, is also here. We're just together, so he didn't know that he had to sign in separately.
No, he didn't have to. All right. So is it Perez or Pelayo?
Pulayo.
Okay. Mr. Pelayo, raise your right hand, please. Swear that testimony in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So explain this to me, Ms. Curtis. I was a little unsure about exactly what the relationship is between the two of you and Ms. Yell. It looks like you are all tenants in the same building. Is that right?
No, we live in a trailer park, and there's no relationship other than she's just my neighbor that lives on the side of me, and
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay. So, and you say that she yells at night. Is she yelling at you or at Mr. Pelayo? What's the story there?
Yeah, in a passive aggressive type of way. She has come over to my house several different occasions, like screaming and yelling up at my door and accusing me and my boyfriend of weird things that are completely like unexpected. And she says things like we're trying to control her internet and her Roku and just random weird things like that. And she said she makes up stories about us trying to get us kicked out of here to my landlord and to the police, and it's just gotten out of control, and I've let it go for quite a long time now, and it's getting to the point where like I'm starting to feel kind of pretty threatened. And
Okay. How often does she come over?
well, she hasn't come over for I don't know what, a few months maybe.
Yeah.
A few months probably at this point in time, but she does other things like calls the police on us and makes up stories and stuff. So, and goes and makes up stories about us to the landlord, and it's all, so like when I first moved in, she thought that I was sleeping with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend lives on the other side of me. He lives on one side, her boyfriend lives on the other side.
Right.
For some reason, I don't know why, she thought that I was sleeping with her boyfriend, and which is not even close to the truth. And so that's kind of all what started it. Ever since then, she's had something out for me, and I don't know why. And it's just been like a whole, I don't know. She's came over and apologized actually, and like left notes and like gift bags of used clothes and used makeup and stuff, and apologizing and saying that she's bipolar and she's so sorry that she acted that way and whatever, and it won't happen again. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. And then it'll happen, then she'll deal with something else and it'll happen again. And it's ridiculous. I just want her to leave me alone.
How long has this been going on?
since I've lived here for what, over a year? Almost 2 years, yeah.
Okay.
And it just seems to be getting worse. Like, I don't even pay any attention to her at all. I don't have anything to do with her. I don't even think about her. And then she'll do something and say something crazy about me. And I just really want her to leave me alone.
Okay. Now you indicated in your petition that she threatens you. What does she threaten?
Yeah, she's threatened. She'll be outside in the middle of the night, like screaming and yelling at how she's gonna kick my ass and whatever, and just random crazy threats.
And you know it's directed at you.
Yeah,
How? Is she using your name, or what is she
Yeah.
saying?
yeah, for sure. Me and my boyfriend.
Okay. So she's directing it to the two of you,
Mm-hmm.
not just yelling at the moon.
No, like she's definitely is at us.
And you said that she threatened to use black magic. What do you mean by that?
So, I found a phone outside in my backyard one time, and because she cuts through my yard to go to her boyfriend's, and so I found a phone out there, and I didn't know whose it was, and so I looked at it to try to find out whose it was, and I went into the messages and I started reading some of the messages, and it was her talking to one of her friends about us and how she thinks that I'm sleeping with her boyfriend and she's gonna do some black magic spells on me, and I don't remember the details of it, but it was kind of scary, and then we gave her phone back.
Okay.
I did take screenshots of all those.
And Mr. Palaio, do you have anything you want to add?
And that's about it. I mean, just it's crazy. We don't have nothing to do with her. She's really.
Okay. But so if I understand correctly, it's been a couple months since she has come over to your property. Is that right?
Yeah, but she's done other things. Like she called, like a week ago, she called the police on us and had the police come out, and we weren't even home. I don't even know what she told them, but I saw on my cameras that the police were at my door, and I did some research and I found out that she had called them and some kind of type of disturbance, and we were at work. We weren't even there. So she made up I don't know what she said to them, but they came out and to my house, and I'm like, she does stuff like that, even though she doesn't directly come to me anymore. She does stuff like that, or she'll go to my landlord and tell him that I'm trying to control her Roku and stealing her internet and just weird random stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Yell?
Basically, I've never threatened or intimidated or made any verbal threats towards Rose. I've maybe had 3 conversations with Rose, and those conversations were over 2 years ago. And I apologized to Rose and resolved that issue. I feel that Rose is retaliating against me to purposely make me look out to be the perpetrator. And I'm not the one who's cussing her out or calling her names all night long. That this verbal abuse from Rose has been going on for the last 6 to 9 months. I'm not the one who's monitoring Rose or Gustavo's behavior. I have never bothered them or observed or monitored them or stalked Rose, nor have I ever verbally threatened or bullied or called Rose any names. I've been kept all hours of the night, being called a fucking bitch. I hate you. I'm going to kill you. I've had both Rose and Gustavo state to go kill myself, and I should have shot you already. I've had my Wi-Fi hacked into, and I had many disruptions, too many to count. Rose has kept me up for 4 or 5 days, making these threats over and over all night long. I couldn't call the police in fear of Rose's threats of retaliation. I did notify the manager of the park, and he advised me to file an anti-harassment order, and I told him I would think about it. Rose claims that I keep her up all night, but I sleep 12 hours a night, and I turn my TV down at 10 o'clock. And in the past, I've asked Rose to please respect my privacy, and her response was, "You think I'm up and jealous of you, bitch." Because of Rose's threats Rose has made towards me, I now feel for my own safety, and I've had to go through so much stress, strain, and mental duress. I'm exhausted, confused, and afflicted. I'm unable to cope with my daily life, and because of the situation, I recently signed up for counseling, and I've had 2 appointments. I missed 2. I've had to change my door locks 2 times, and I've changed my internet provider 2 times. I recently ordered home security to keep myself safe in this situation. It's cost me my finances, my health, and my safety. It's been a financial burden on me, and Rose has caused me strife and abuse for the last year. I've done nothing wrong but keep to myself. I don't get involved in neighborhood drama nor any of the neighbors, and I would like the behavior to stop. I just want peace of mind, and I'd like to be left alone and be able to live in solitude where I can have some kind of peaceful situation come to this resolve. I've had to put up some window tint on my windows because Rose and Gustavo were looking in while they were pretending to water plants. I've had to keep my windows and doors closed because of the constant eavesdropping. I feel like I have no privacy in my home. And basically, I know that Rose makes sure that when she leaves that she has Gustavo watch me and monitor me while I'm there, so I can't call 911 because she's accusing me that I'm calling 911 all the time on her for the last year. And basically, I've had to go to many medical appointments, and I've had attacks because of the situation. I live alone, and I don't have any friends or family to go through, so I live in fear and in trepidation. And basically, I felt like I've been followed on a number of occasions. But I've suffered so much mental distress because of this, and I've had breakdowns, and I just want the behavior to stop. But it's not me that's doing this, that it's Rose that's the one who's the one that's harassing me.
Right.
And I provide with you some statements from some family and friends from Roger Yowell, and I provide a statement from Raina Pearson, Rita Nice, Miles Toll, and my neighbor Ramona Bear. And then I provided some documentations of my journals. And thank you, Your Honor.
And Ms. Curtis, do you have anything else you want to add?
There's not one bit of truth to any single thing that she said. Not one single bit of truth. I've never ever even purposely talked to this lady in my life. Not once have I talked to her or had any. I don't understand why she even thinks this stuff about us, other than her thinking I was sleeping with her boyfriend. That's when it all started. And her boyfriend has told us on numerous occasions how she's crazy, and every single one,
She's off for medication or something like that.
And all of our neighbors will say how she's crazy and bipolar or whatever mental illness she's got that is paranoid about people, and she thinks that we would want for some reason to stalk her or even know what she's doing. I don't care about any of that. Like, she's of no importance to me. I don't even think about her. I never have. So all these are just delusions, and I would appreciate it if she got some help because it's kind of affecting my life, and I really don't want anything to do with this drama. I don't have problems with any of my neighbors. So
Thank you.
it's honestly kind of sad if she really believes that kind of stuff. It's kind of concerning and sad.
All right, listening to the two of you, Ms. Curtis indicates that there had been a period of time in which Ms. Yowell was yelling at her, taking offense under the belief that Ms. Curtis had relationships with Ms. Yowell's boyfriend. That apparently, the direct contact from Ms. Yowell to Ms. Curtis apparently stopped a few months back. There's a concern by Ms. Curtis and Mr. Palaio that Ms. Yowell reports falsities to the landlord in the trailer park and also has been calling the police and making false allegations and leading to at least one stop by the police at Ms. Curtis's and Mr. Palaio's residence. when they weren't present. On the other hand, Ms. Yell says, in fact, it's the opposite, that she's being harassed by Ms. Curtis, and then Mr. Pelayo watches her, and she feels under duress from the pressure they're putting on her, and has asked for a realignment of the parties. There was a temporary order issued in this case. I'm going to first indicate to the parties that this court, I don't have any authority to tell somebody not to call the police. I don't have any authority to tell them to not talk to the landlord. I don't have any authority to tell them to tell the truth. If Ms. Curtis or Ms. Yao is going to go to the landlord and say things that aren't true about Ms. Curtis and Mr. Pelayo, we don't have the authority under this process to tell her not to do that. And we don't have any authority to tell her not to call law enforcement. It's up to law enforcement. It's up to the landlord to make the decisions they want to make and decide whether they want to listen to what Ms. Yao is telling them or not. So I'm going to find that Ms. Yao is not directly contacting Ms. Curtis and Mr. Pelayo at this point in time. I will not enter the protection order. And the one temporary order will cease as of today. I will, however, make a record that Ms. Curtis and Mr. Pelayo, Ms. Yell, have made very clear that they do not want any contact from you. So they have the right to come back and refile this order if you contact them in the future. You are to, there's no order here, but you are well advised not to have contact with them, since they have made very clear that they don't want to hear from you at all. And on the other hand, for Ms. Curtis and Mr. Pelayo, Ms. Yell has said that she doesn't want to hear from the two of you. And she has the right to make that request and has made it. So Ms. Yell has the right to file a petition if she believes that you contact her over her objection to have contact. You both have asked for the very same thing, that is, leave me alone. So hopefully the two of you can live up to that. But as I've said, the court will not limit what somebody can say about somebody else, and doesn't prohibit people from calling law enforcement or speaking to their landlord. That's something the court will not address. All right, I've signed a denial order. Thank you both.
Thank
Ms. Rogers, good morning.
Good morning.
I don't see Mr. Hull present.
I see that he is in there.
I said I do not see that he is present.
Okay. I see that he is in there.
Okay, well then now he's showing up. Okay. Mr. Hull, you need to activate your audio and video, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, you may want to get in one place and just stay there so that you have good connection. Find a place you have good connection, and then I'll need your full attention on this hearing.
Yes.
Okay. And are
Yes,
you
sir.
in that spot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I need Mr. Hull and Ms. Rogers to both raise your right hands. Swear the testimony in this case will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. Hull, you sought a protection order because you said that you had a former dating relationship with Ms. Rogers. At some point, she threw coffee in your face. She's tried to run you over. She's been aggressive towards you. You want to give me the reasons that you believe you need this protection order?
Yes, yes, sir. She's a very aggressive person, and I feel like she's trying to put me into a corner, trying to paint pictures of me like I'm the villain, I'm the bad guy. But she's spreading a video around our old job, and spreading a video of it's like basically I just jumped out and was on some harm toward her, and this is going out to everybody that I know, that circle that I am, and it basically hurting business. I just want to get away from me. I just want her to stay away. That's it.
Okay, so did she throw coffee?
She tried to run me over with a car. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She threw hot coffee in my face. I'm leaving. I leave her residence. I'll get my items I left her place. I'm leaving. My truck is in motion. I'm bagging out. She comes to my door, snatch the passenger side door and throw hot coffee in my face and cause it a commotion, that something that I'm gonna have to pay for, cause damage to properties of the two of the neighbors. Something that I'm gonna.
Okay, we're losing connection with you there. Okay, are you back?
Yeah, back. I guess I'm not in a good area.
Okay. All right. And you also had indicated in your petition that she tried to run you over?
Yes, Your Honor. I had my son for the weekend, and I think she got upset that my son, a statement my son made about basically them. Only thing he wished was to have his family back together, me back at the house with the family, and she got upset about it. And I couldn't understood, but I didn't think she was going to take it that far. I kind of screamed at her like it's not that serious or something like that, and she went overboard. I had to end up jumping out the car on the street before college. I had to end up jumping out the car, and she tried to basically follow me and run me over. So, and I went back to the house. She told me and my son we need to find somewhere to go, knowing that I was homeless at the moment. That me and my son, which his mom, he stays in Seattle, that I didn't have nowhere to take him. But I understood and I left. But she tried to run me over. Like, there's a lot of incidents that this woman have done. Well, I feel like I don't want to bring you no harm. You don't need to bring me no harm. Let's just stay away from each other. Let's just don't come around. Don't send people around looking for me. Don't send people to other my acquaintances' address looking for me. Don't She stopped. She had one of her friends send a video to my friend's mom. Like, stopped her in the street to show the video. Like, it's like it is not that serious. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Okay. All right. When you were explaining the video to me, it was breaking up, so I didn't fully understand what you were telling me about that. What's the story there?
The story was when we were together. I was there. My son, who was actually with me for the weekend, he stays in Seattle. He was actually with me, and she actually told me and my son we need to find somewhere to go. This was the same day as the incident where she tried to run me over. When I got out jumped out the car running because she was acting irate. I almost hit a couple cars, and it was raining that day. So I jumped out trying to get away from the situation. She followed and tried to run me over.
Okay. And that's the video that was being sent around?
No, the video that was sitting around is an edited video. She's showing a part of the aftermath of her throwing coffee in the truck and me jumping out the truck. The truck's going and hitting two cars. She's not showing what caused the accident or what caused the whole thing. She's not showing that. She's just going around showing the end of the video. Basically.
Okay. All right. Where you ran into a couple cars.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Ms. Rogers,
Yes, Your Honor.
anything you want to add?
Yes, so I turned in my declaration as well as quite a few exhibits for this case. Mr. Hull states that, he's afraid for his safety and he wants me to stay away from him, but just December 24th, as well as the 26th, as you can see in Exhibit 8, he tried to contact me multiple times, stating that he was going to Texas, saying just irate things. Then I have a letter from a witness stating that what she saw in Exhibit B for the incident, because there is a current case, that he is actually eluding the law. He called police officer, or Detective Moore now it is, stating that he will not be turning himself in after the assault. The video is not edited. That is something from my neighbor's camera that was caught. So right now I feel like this is retaliation for him. And you can see that if you refer to the case number, the video is actually in there where he assaults me. And you can see where he hit two other cars. He was so upset that he hit two other cars because he forgot to put his vehicle in park. Now, if Mr. Hull was so afraid of me, why is he writing me on the December 24th and the 26th? I attempted to respond, but then I said, you know what? That's not okay, because we do have a pending NCO from Detective Moore from December 10th through the city of Lacey.
All right.
May I rebuttal, Your Honor?
Yeah, I'll get back to you, Mr. Hull. Sit tight. Okay, both of Mr. Hull, you live in Lacey?
No, sir. I don't live in Lacey. I'm homeless at the moment.
Okay. And Ms. Rogers, you live in Lacey?
I do. And Mr. Hull is currently staying with Yuri Harris, the next court case that we are going to. I also have exhibits in there showing that as well.
Okay.
No, I don't. I'm homeless. I don't stay with Miss Harris. So,
And Ms. Rogers, what's the status of the Lacey criminal case?
I don't know. Mr. Hull has a court date from the victims, from what I found out from the victim's advocate, on the 16th. So I know that they are still looking for him. They have been over at Miss Harris's house multiple times. And that's all the information I have as of right now.
Okay, and that's from the incident on the 10th of November?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it 10 November or 10 December? I'm sorry.
The 10th of December.
10th of December. Thank you. And you believe the charge against Mr. Hull in that case is domestic violence assault?
Yes, as well as 2 vehicle hit and runs.
Okay. And Mr. Hull, are you aware of a pending court date?
yes, I'm aware of a pending court date, but I don't have any warrants or any charges. I talked to the officer the day of the incident, and she said that me and Miss Rogers were both in trouble, but I haven't had any more contact. I did talk to her that day. I haven't had any more contact with the officer. They have my email, my phone number. I haven't had any other contact other than me hearing that the police was sent to Mrs. to Yuri's house. Other than me here, but I'm only like from this hearsay. They were, like I said, they were sent to the house. They wasn't looking for me per se. So I don't know what's going on with the case or what. All I know is I got a court date. I don't have any warrants. Okay. And I have no other type of contact. And far as Your Honor, far as me, my evidence that was submitted in, you can see in the evidence. Yes, Miss Rogers did contact me with a whole bunch of deleted messages, and yes, I did make a reply. I did reply to her. Yeah, my statement I think was hope it's a sorry or a happy birthday out of all those deleted texts. Yeah, that was my but she was she had reached out to me a few times and deleted her messages.
All right. Thank you. I'm a little bit concerned here. I'm being told that there's a hearing on a charge of domestic violence assault against Mr. Hall. The charges against Mr. Hall and the assault is related to an assault on Ms. Rogers. Mr. Hall then responds that, in fact, he was assaulted by Ms. Rogers with throwing coffee in his face. And I don't know if there's how that plays into the Lacey criminal case involving Mr. Hall. I don't have access to that file here, so I can't say. And the basis of Mr. Hall's protection order request are the events on the 10th of December. And in Mr. Hall's telling of it, Ms. Rogers is the one who caused the problem by, he said, throwing coffee in her face. And Ms. Rogers, I would normally ask you if that happened. However, throwing coffee in somebody's face is an assault. You're under oath. Anything you say could be used against you. So if I have no idea if the city of Lacey is contemplating a charge against you for that same incident or not. So like I said, I have no information about that. You were probably well advised. If you had an attorney, the attorney would say, don't say anything about that, but you're free to make a comment as to whether that occurred or not. So, but understand that anything you say could be used against you. So you understand that, Ms. Rogers?
I do.
Okay. Anything you want to say?
No, I just think that this is an entire retaliation against this whole thing so he could save himself from the incident that occurred. That is on video with the Lacey Police Department. That will show everything that I did as well as he did.
Okay. Thank you.
Like I said, Your Honor, I just want to be left alone. Like there was a few incidences with Miss Rogers beforehand with her and her social media platform as of assassinating my character. You know what I'm saying? And this was even while we was at work. She haven't had a video. This was like this. This is not the first video that she had circulating about me. She had when Miss Rogers first got to the job that we was working at, she had a video of me and her, and she had it going viral, basically almost a viral video of her basically bad mouthing me, and everybody at the job knew exactly who she was talking about, you know. And it's just her and her platform itself. The things that I've been through with Miss Rogers, I just want her to stay away. That's it. Just leave me alone.
Your Honor, if Mr. Hull is homeless, then I would have
Okay.
no grounds to figure out where
All
he
right,
is.
Ms. Rogers, that's fine. Right, in the matter of Maurice Hull and Yasmin Rogers, I've listened to the parties. I've indicated for both of them that there are facts that have been alleged which potentially constitute the crime of assault against one another, and they both are under oath and at risk and jeopardy of making statements which could be used against them. So that makes me making a determination as to what happened here problematic, because they each have potential criminal jeopardy at issue there. Given the facts that I see here, I think that the relationship, or not the relationship, but the factual determination as to what happened between Mr. Hull and Ms. Rogers is better left to the criminal case for both, for Mr. Hull, where he's going to be represented by counsel. So I'm going to enter a denial on the request for this civil protection order and leave it to the criminal court to decide whether an order is warranted. I will say, Ms. Rogers, Mr. Hull has made very clear that he doesn't want you to contact him in any way. Even though I'm not entering an order today and you're not under any order of the court, if you were to contact him in the future, he has every right to come back and say, after that hearing, she reached out to me after she understood that I didn't want contact. So I would advise you not to have any contact with him. All right. Thank you, Mr. Hull. And make sure if there's a hearing on the 16th, make sure you appear for that. And Ms. Rogers, stay where you are and we'll take up the case with Ms. Harris. Once again, if the two of you would raise your right hands. Swear that testimony in this case to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right. Ms. Harris, you're essentially indicating that you're a friend of Mr. Hull's, that you feel like you got pulled into this issue between Ms. Rogers and Mr. Hull, and the concern you have is raised by the fact that Ms. Rogers has sent photos of your house indicating that she knows where you live and some understanding of when you might be there and when you're not there. Is that essentially what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor. Also, she has told me in the message that I sent you guys that she is befriending my neighbors to where she's getting information from my neighbors also. The video that Mr. Hull was talking about that is going around, she sent it to her best friend, and her best friend seen my mother out volunteering as she was helping volunteering during Christmas and showing my mother videos, telling her about, you know, Mr. Hall and what Mrs. Rogers and Mr. Hall had going on, which has nothing to do with me. She also sent the police the day that the situation happened. Mr. Hall left his vehicle in front of my home, also with all his belongings. I didn't know what was going on. So when the officers came, I let them come in. You know, I told them he wasn't here. I don't know what's going on. They entered my home. They searched it. They didn't find anything. So that day I decided to go to my mother's just to, you know, talk about what was going on. The officers came to my home, to my mother's home. It was like every day that, you know, she was just having them follow me and go to every location that I was going to because I was in his vehicle, which the officers knew that. I explained to them that he left me everything and I was going to be operating the vehicle. So, I mean, for me, I just feel like you said, I got pulled into whatever mess that they have going on. It's affected me. You know, you telling me, you know, my neighbors are sending you videos. Like, how do you know my neighbors? This is not Mr. Hull's residence. This is my residence. She just said he lives with me. He don't live with me. Them are your assumptions. This man does not live with me.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Harris. And what's with the photos, Ms. Rogers?
Okay, so Ms. Harris states that she is needing therapy. She is threatened. But if you look at, one moment so I can get you, Exhibit B, on December 28th, before she filed this temporary restraining order, she says, "Hey, shorty, you always got my name in your mouth. You want to fight, big back." So therefore, she's threatening me. Then again, on Exhibit, let me see here, D, she states multiple times again in personal messages, she just wants to know if I want to fight, yes or no. And then she sits here and says as well as this is a game to her in Exhibit E, how this is a game, that I'm playing a game, and that I don't do police ass bitches that run their mouth. So best believe I'm playing your game. So Ms. Harris thinks that this is a game. It actually is not. Ms. Harris is actually the threat here, as shown in the exhibits. Ms. Harris started this, and this is the same day that she asked me to fight multiple times on December 30th in text messages, then decides that she wants to go on the same day to get this temporary order. She's had my weapons removed, but it seems to me that Ms. Harris needs her weapons removed as well, because I do fear that she had mine removed so she could retaliate against me. Ms. Harris also inserted herself into me and Mr. Hull's personal business and decided that she wanted to get upset by what she saw and then wanted to wait 2.5 weeks later. As well, again, she threatened me on the same day she filed this order.
All right.
I would like to speak on that, Your Honor. Like I said, I didn't know anything of what was going on between them until I got into Mr. Hall's phone. And yes, after knowing months of this girl coming around my house, months of her speaking about me in a negative way, yes, I did write that on Facebook. I do admit that. I even admit that in the petition that I said something to her. But that was after months of me knowing all of her actions. I didn't know that this woman was coming by my house, taking pictures of my home where Mr. Hull's car was parked at. I didn't know any of this until that day. I didn't know how much, her obsession with him has made me feel very uncomfortable. Yes, and I asked her that because the messages that I seen, her messages are very negative towards me, and she don't know me. So I do admit that. I never denied that I didn't say those things, and that was all in one day. That was not some multiple things I did every day towards her. But what she did
that was 2 different times.
Ms. Rogers, don't interrupt. Let Ms. Ms. Rogers, don't interrupt. Let Ms. Harris finish.
So what she has done for months with her obsession with Mr. Hall, yes, it has made me feel very uncomfortable. Yes, it has.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, let me address the first thing, and this was also a part of Mr. Hull's and Ms. Rogers' case. A video going around sent by somebody that falls into the category of things the court isn't going to restrict. We don't prohibit people from expressing what they want to express, whether it's true or not true. There are different ways of handling it, but getting a protection order is not one. So the court typically does not use the fact that somebody sent around a video which people don't like as a reason for giving a protection order. So that's not a basis for the court entering a protection order. I am concerned about the implication of showing up at Miss Harris's home, Ms. Rogers, and somehow you're getting photos of her home and posting those, that whether you were there and somebody else took them, or whether you took them, or you're looking for Mr. Hull or whatever, there does seem to be the implication of a threat there, whether there in fact is a threat there or not. The implication by doing so is, I can understand that Ms. Harris would feel threatened by that occurring. There is no reason the two of you need to have contact with either one of either with each other at all. So we're not going to do this with a formalized order. I'm going to deny the request for an order, but I am going to indicate, Ms. Rogers, Ms. Harris has made very clear today that she does not want any contact from you. You don't have any legitimate reason to have contact with her since she doesn't want that contact. And also, I'm not going to prohibit you from going where you go, but like you heard me say initially, your appearance in front of Ms. Harris's home, where you don't have any other business there, is concerning to me. So if she reports in the future that continues, or she sees photos of her or her kids on Facebook as an implication, I see that implication. So you want to avoid that, because I would interpret it very similar to how Ms. Harris interprets it, as a threat. So if I were you, I would not engage in that type of behavior. I'll enter the denial on the request for the order today, but the parties have heard that I suggest that you not have contact with one another.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
both.
you, Your Honor. Can I ask a question?
You may.
Well, since I have put in this petition, I honestly feel like Mrs. Rogers has other people coming on my block. Like I said, I've been living here for a few years now, so I know cars regularly, and it's always this one very small, dark car that comes around, not so often, mostly on weekends, very late at night, creeping around my front and my back area. And she has made statements that she knows I park his vehicle behind my garage, which I can do. But to me, it's like, how do you know that? I just started doing that.
Right.
So, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna be filing another petition, honestly.
Okay. Well, I've made clear that I'm concerned about the implication of Ms. Rogers being around your house if she doesn't have any, business there other than sending a message to you. So if that continues, then I would interpret it in that way potentially. But
Okay.
For now, I'm just making clear to the both of you that's how I see the case, and hopefully we'll go forward and that won't happen. And Ms. Harris will not have any role in what goes on between Ms. Rogers and Mr. Hull.
No.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There we go. Got it now.
Hi, good morning.
Hi. Good morning. All right. It looks like we don't have any proof that Mr. Williams has been served. Do you have any other information?
So I went to the Tacoma Police Department and I dropped off the protective order there, the petition. And so
Right.
the clerk said that they gave it to the detectives and that they were going to work on serving him.
Right. So they didn't get it served, it looks like, because we don't have any proof of service. So we can't do anything without proof that the notice of hearing and temporary order had been served to Mr. Williams. So right now he doesn't even know there's a protection order, at least under legal terms, he doesn't know.
Okay.
Service is ultimately your responsibility, even though it was given to the Pierce County Sheriff to serve.
Yes.
I'm willing to reset this one time if you think there is a realistic chance that they can get him served, or you can have another adult not related to you serve him. You can hire a process server. So there are some ways of getting him served. Do you want me to reset the hearing?
Yes, sir. I'm going to reach back out to the detectives and just see what's going on with that process, because they assured me that they were able to get in contact and find his information to serve that person.
Okay, well, if they actually got him served and just didn't send us the notice, then get back to us and make sure we get a copy of that service, because then we can handle the case without doing anything further.
Yes, sir.
So the 27th. For now, I'm going to reset this hearing for the 27th of January.
Okay.
At 9 o'clock, this very same process on Zoom, and you'll need to get this what's called a reissue of the temporary order that has to be served on Mr. Williams, just like the original petition does.
Okay.
If it's served, we can't do anything. So I think you're smart to reach out and find out, one, was it served? And if so, get us the proof. If it wasn't served, then see if you can help them find out how to get it served.
Okay. All right. Yes, sir. So just to confirm, I have to get another or petition order to give to them again to reserve?
Yeah, I'm signing a reissuance of the temporary order, so they would serve on the original packet plus this
Okay.
reissue court date on it.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
And we'll email you that order so that you have it and you can provide it to the Pierce County Sheriff.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ms. Woods.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Thanks. Bye.
And it looks like we do not have service on Mr. Ianashku. Is that right?
So, I was working with somebody to locate him. He determined that Simon is likely at his parents' house in Tennessee, and that the police over there can serve him. And a policeman took the paperwork to the house and gave it to the parents. And last court date, I had asked for a substitute service, and that wasn't really responded to. So Simon, then sent me an email acknowledging that he saw the paperwork and that he can send me emails because he wasn't technically served. It was very what's the word? Like boastful about his ability to continue to contact me because he hasn't been technically served. So I would like to request the substitute service so that I can give the paperwork to his parents and have that count, because I cannot physically locate him myself for certain. Or if there's another way that would be possible to serve him. He does actively use his email. I'm just also not sure what exactly counts, so if it's up to me to do it. If he acknowledged...
Do you have, where in Tennessee is he?
So I have his parents' address, and it's Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Okay, and it's your understanding that the Chattanooga Police Department actually went to his home and handed his parents the service packet?
Yeah.
And how do you know this?
So there's an email. My dad called them. He's been helping me with this a little bit. My dad called them and asked about it, and they said that they would serve it to him. And
okay, they said they would. How did you find out that they actually went there and gave it to his parents?
The email traffic between them and my dad, and then Simon reached out and said, yeah, a policeman came to my parents' front door and gave this paperwork, and he was all upset about it. He said in the email he said that he didn't live there, but there's nowhere else that we could find that he lived. And I did forward this email that he sent me over to the clerk's office, or yeah, I did forward that email that Simon sent.
Do we have anything recent? I don't see anything.
Is there a
when
different
did you send
email?
that?
Okay, let me check.
Yeah, I don't see that we received anything recently. So
I did send an email and it was acknowledged to clerk's PO. Maybe that's clerk's PO at Co Thurston Law US. Is that the wrong email?
yeah, that's Superior Court. So we're in District Court. So we'll give you we'll put in the chat the correct email would be TC. I think it's TCDC. Is that right? So we'll put it in the chat and send us that email.
I just found it. I did send it to TCDC Civil on Wednesday. I forwarded it on Wednesday.
Okay,
and it was just, I put the title of the email says case 24000447 proof of continued contact.
So Can you put your email in the chat and just have it sent directly to you?
Yeah, I just sent that.
Okay, so if you'll re-forward that to the address that's in the chat box right now. And I'll take a look at it and then we'll talk further.
Okay, so the same email that I did send it to. All right, I resent it.
You got it.
I'm waiting to get it.
And Ms. Berglund, so you personally have not had any contact with the Chattanooga Police Department?
Not personally. I am CC'd on the emails between my dad and the police department.
All right, let me just take a look at what I have here, which just came in, so we'll talk in a minute here.
Okay.
All right, I've read Mr. Yanashku's email. So I assume him being in Tennessee means he's not from Olympia.
I'm not sure where he's from. He lived as my neighbor about 7 years ago. He followed me to California. He's been following me, sometimes physically and sometimes just online. It's been an ongoing thing, so I mean, I'm not sure if I was supposed to go to a different area to report it, having no idea where he lives. I live here, so that's what I did.
Oh, you can proceed here.
Okay.
Okay, so what I don't have here are any of the emails back and forth between your dad and the Chattanooga Police Department where they indicated that they served the packet to Mr. Ianashko. So if you would send or forward those emails to the same address that you just sent this, because obviously I got this.
Okay, I'm looking. So I found the email chain, but the police there didn't respond to my dad's inquiry about it via email. So I would probably need to call my dad and ask him how they let him know, because I don't have that email. And I'm not sure if it was a phone call or I could also call them and request them to send confirmation that they delivered the papers if that's a better route, because I don't have that email. I have the other emails with my dad sending them the information, but he initially did call and talk to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so your understanding is they actually went to the home and they handed the document to Mr. Ionescu's parents.
Yeah.
And that's a substitute service, as you well know from you're being familiar with that language, and they would record that and make a record of it. So we need a copy of the record that they went to the home and served them with that package, and if they said anything about whether their son was residing there or not at that point in time. So I do see from his email response that clearly he was aware of this. He fully indicates that in his response. And I may take action based solely on his email, but I would like to see if we can get a copy of any information from the Chattanooga Police Department before I formalize that.
Okay. Would the best route be to call them and have them email this same email, the TCDC?
Yes.
Okay. And I can do that today. I'm worried that my email will not be seen by you, since when I emailed before it was I'm not sure who responded, but
yeah, we'll make sure it gets to me.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and so send me anything that you get from Chattanooga Police Department. You should have them copy you as well, so you make sure you get something. So in case for some reason they don't get it to us, then you have it and you can get it to us.
Okay.
This is just denied today.
No. at the end of the day. So I will issue the full order today as long as I am satisfied by the end of the day with the information I have that service has occurred. So if that doesn't happen, then what I'll do is I'll sign a reissue order for the 27th of January, give you a little more time to get information back from Chattanooga.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so.
All right. You'll send it into civil, and civil will get back to you. Civil is the department it's in. We'll get back to you and let you know what happens today.
Okay. Thank you.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Bye.